See, experimental theatre has always been there since ages. I mean, people like Sriram Lagu and Malwa Kelkar, everybody has been doing experimental work, which is called as Prayogik in Marathi. And these factions of being mainstream theatre and Prayogik or experimental theatre has always been there in Marathi. We started on in 2003 when while I am not a founding member of our sector, but there was Mohit Agarkar, Abhijit Deshpande, Mahesh Limay, Mukta Bachchu, and Amer Sani, Shweta Shingote. All these people were working together. Varun Narlikar also working together at Progressive Dramatic Association. And when Progressive Dramatic Association, they had some differences about the content or the content of the work that they wanted to create. And, hence, they started this new organization and tried to create their own work. So, I mean, it was a scene when Samanvay was already doing a lot of theatre in Pune. There were Atul Pethe was also doing theatre in Pune at that time, which can be called as not the mainstream theatre. It's more about experimentation with art. Also, there were a lot of other younger groups even then. Uh, so I don't think we were the ones at the forefront. We were rather nascent when it was blooming. And after that, since 2003, we've been doing it. We are about 7 to 8 people who have been always been into the decision making of the group. And so I mean, at the onset, I don't think that there is a certain group which started theatre practice of experimentation. In there, it was just adding to it, and it was always the process of elimination. So when we thought of creating works, it always came as what we would not like to do. So in that ways, we always thought that this is what we would want to do in the play that we are doing, or this is what we would not like to see on stage. In the shape of aesthetics, in the shape of or the form of theatre or the form of acting that is being, or the choices being made. So it has always been a process of elimination for us in that way. No, we have performed across all kinds of spaces, but there were phases in our. I mean, in the last 18 years, we have gone to different spaces due to certain choices of plays we made. So, for example, we started with one act plays in 2003 when the group was formed, and for about 3 years we did travel across Maharashtra with the one act plays. But this competition this kind of traveling did lend us to adapt to different kinds of stages to perform whatever we are creating. But from 2006 to 2010, we were mostly in Sudarshan Rangamanch, which is an intimate space in Pune of Maharashtra Cultural Center. And for those 4 years, we just created work in that space, for that space. And and it was quite an I mean, it was, I would say it was one of the most engaging time for us as a theatre company, because we were doing this intimate kind of theatre in that small space, which where we really connected to the audiences directly. And this new form space, this new space gave us an identity of us to create the works in those spaces. I mean, it did shape us up to what it is to a certain extent. And obviously, in any kind of theatre company's experience or creations, I think the space does contribute a lot more than one can imagine, because that does define your work to a lot of extent. After 2010, we felt that we should be able to create performances in bigger spaces and experience how it shapes up in a proscenium of that big scale with a 1,000-seater auditorium and all. but it was not about the audience. Mostly, it was about the stage size and how to adapt to that stage size or how to create that stage size. And in 2011 to 2014, we created plays which were mostly being performed in proscenium and not in intimate spaces like Sudarshan. But there were a couple of pieces like Necropolis and you can say Mahadev Bhai, which were created again for smaller spaces or the intimate spaces. But plays like Gajab Kahani, Kashmir Kashmir, then you may say Tichi Satra Prakarne, then there was these three were created in 2011, 12, 13 approximately. So these made a lot of these were the choices made because we wanted to do it in the bigger space to experience and to create works for bigger stages. After that, we came back to the smaller space again with Necropolis and also other plays, intimate plays that we wanted to create. But it has been both the spaces. We also create for smaller spaces and we also create for larger spaces. So yeah, I mean it depends. Now also it depends on the kind of play or kind of content and the number of audience that we want to engage with certain kind of play. See, again, in last 18 years, it has been very different. We started with one act plays which were already written. No, one was newly written and one was translated. Uh, After that, in 2006, we did the first long play, Pratibimba by Maheshwar Kunjwar. And then, no, sorry, not 2006, I think 2004, or 2004 and 5. And then in 2007 on 6 onwards, we decided that we will not stage plays which have been staged before, and that led us to work with different kind of new playwrights. Then Mohit started working with Sachin Kundalkar for plays like Chotesha Sutti and Fresh Mother Hotel Brain, which were produced by Maharashtra Cultural Center, not by us. And after that, also people like Varun Narvekar wrote plays. His one act plays were there. He also wrote a couple of short plays, or not the full length ones, but he wrote a couple of what we call as Dirghanka. And all, but the emphasis was predominantly that we should not be doing staging work which has already been done. Then we also did plays like Charshe Koti Visar Bole of Makarand Sathe, but it was only done once before. And then we staged Garbo also, which was also done once before by Dr. Lagu. So this was the usually the trend, and rarely have we done a play which has already been staged. So the focus is mostly on working with either new playwrights or not, if not new playwrights, new translated works from different kinds. Like Yusuf, Main Hoon Yusuf, Ye Mera Bhai was by Amir Nizar Zuabi's play, which was translated to Hindi by Salim Araza. He is a Palestinian writer, and we translated to Hindi. Also, it was that there are certain decisions about languages because of the context of the play or the content of the play. Like Ramu Ramanathan's play was in English, Kashmir Kashmir, and there is no point in translating Ramu Ramanathan's play into Marathi and performing it because it won't make any sense, and nor will it be. It will. I mean, it won't even do justice to what Ramu's written in the script. The translation most probably won't carry that weight or that flavor of his language. See, the experimentation. So let me explain the background. I mean, in 2003 when we started, as I said, that it was all about the elimination process. It was also about how our play is going to be seen or is. So it was about the visual quality of it. It was about the aesthetics of it. It was about the form of speech patterns that the actors were using, or the movements that were being used on the stage. So what when we started the work, Mohit and others felt that we really there was a really lacuna of aesthetics in Marathi experimentation, and at that time, not a lot of people believed in the visual quality of experimental works, and we strongly believe that if we are creating theatre, it has to be a experience with audiovisual, both of audiovisual qualities, and hence most of our work, the aesthetics has been a strong point, and a strong point because of the nature of likings that the members in the group had about certain visual design, or you can say set design or scenography, and that led to creation of different kinds of sets, different kinds of lighting patterns. Like Pradeep evolved as uh, uh, Pradeep worked with Mohit, and this whole thing evolved into a lot of evocative kind of light design, which is quite rare to find. And that really struck a chord with two. The play we produced in 2006, which was based on Rumi's poetry and written by Sati Bhave, directed by Mohan. And it was a play which had poetry integral to it, and that was the reason that the aesthetic of it was also an integral part of that. The poetry has to come through lights, it has to come through movements of the actors, it has to come through the. So it was sort of choreographed, but not entirely a choreographed dramatic experience. And that led to a certain kind of language that Asakta could create about aesthetics in theatre. I think that is the dominating factor towards the choice of lighting, the choice of creation of sets, the choice of costumes that are being made, and that entire visual design palette that we do. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's more about the rigor of the performance of the company or the people who worked in it for last 18 years. So we have been continuously engaging into creating plays which are relevant to our times. Most of the plays are new. We are trying to create a language of aesthetics which is different than it has been predominantly in Marathi theatre. And this opened many more possibilities to travel to the festivals across India. Then we also tried and performed regularly at different cities like Ravishankara, or find avenues in cities like Bangalore, wherein Ravishankara is there, and find avenues of all the festivals across India wherever possible. We used to send applications. The idea is idea always is to get shows across India. I mean, just not in Maharashtra, because we would like to see what is happening. This also meant that we would be able to travel. We would be able to see plays at different festivals. And this opened up a lot of peer-to-peer conversations across India, wherever people are working in India, like Abhishek working in Bangalore, Neil Chaudhary working in Delhi, or and there are many more names, but these are like people who we are in constant conversation with. And this helped us to know what is going across India in terms of theatre explorations. That's what helped us, I think. I mean, it's really difficult to see that we have made any impact as such or influenced any kind of theatre across India, but we did try to create plays which were unique in its own way. See, we have traveled to different kinds of places due to festivals mostly. Right from Delhi, Bangalore, which are the obvious locations for performing theatre. Uh, then we went to Gulbarga, we have been to Calcutta, we have been to Allahabad, we have been to Begusarai, and we have been to many more places which I mean it's difficult to list it down right now. as I said, it is more about what kind of festival it is. More about so when we in 2006 to 2010 we did mostly Marathi plays. Then we did one English play, Kashmir, which but Marathi plays used to go to only to the government national festivals, like you will see, or Meta or Mahindra Excellence in Theatre Awards mostly. None of the other festivals or the smaller festivals would put in a different language play outside Maharashtra. And that would, because obviously it was the language constraint and they would always prefer a Hindi play over a Marathi play. In 2010, 11, 13, I think, 2013, 14 onwards, we started to dabble into different Hindi as well. And in 2016, we created Memo Yusuf, which traveled across all Indian festivals, about around 50 festivals in India. And this was a revelation because that is where the language is the key to take the performance ahead. But having said that, with Marathi plays, we traveled a lot across Maharashtra. Hindi plays, we have not been able to travel across Maharashtra. Like places like Savantwadi, Kudal, Kankavli, you can say places like Latur, Ichalkaranji, all these places we could travel with Marathi plays, which with Hindi plays is a little difficult to travel. See, audience. So let me get back to the spaces because that really defines what kind of audience we are addressing. And so for us, it was very gradual. So first was one act plays when we started. So one act plays used to travel across Maharashtra, which helped us build connect with what is happening around Maharashtra, what kind of audience is watching one act plays. But one act plays has a fervor in it because of the competition. It is nothing. It is not a sustainable kind of art form. It's just a platform where most of the times people engage one act plays for competitive purposes, so that they travel across the state and earn some money from the awards and create different kinds of plays. The next step was like when we went to Sudarshan Rangamanch for 2006 to 2010. I think that is where the audience really built, where we could really build an audience for ourselves because it was a focused attempt at a single space, in a single space, and all our energies were focused in that one space while creating our work, and that I think did create a long-term association with the audience that Asakta is a experimental theatre company or a theatre company which tries to create work in intimate spaces. But then from 2006 to 2010 we did that and then we moved ahead and tried to go in bigger spaces, moved out of Sudarshan for a few years you may say, and we created for Proscenium. And there is where the audience, I mean, this audience did come. The audience at Sudarshan, which used to come to Sudarshan, came over at the Proscenium shows also. But then you see the numbers, the number of shows decreased because when you performed at intimate space, you were limited capacity of 150 or 100 people. And when that happens, we can do multiple shows. Even so, if I have got 10,000 audience, I can do those many shows to cater that 10,000 audience. When I go to Proscenium, if I got 1,000-seater Proscenium, I do only 10 shows. So I'm not coming back to the audiences all the time. It might not be economically feasible for us to put up shows that big, or it might be that getting dates of these Prosceniums is difficult in that those many dates of such a big venue. But this reduced our reiterations or re-engagements with audience, and that really hampered, I think, a lot because when you performed continuously, you were always in the mindset of the audiences that you are there, you are out there. So the like if you've ever seen the newspaper ads of entertainment section in Marathi theatre, it's a very normal practice that people put ads even if they're performing in Baramati or outside of Pune city. So why that? Because you know that they are doing something somewhere else, and when they come, you will catch it up. So that whole idea of being present in the mind of the audience really matters a lot. and that we couldn't do when we went to Proscenium, and then there was a downfall in the audience numbers. Now at this moment, then we came back to Sudarshan. I mean, in 2013, 14, again back to Sudarshan, trying to create smaller performances. But then by that time, the audience had dispersed. The same audience which used to come at Sudarshan changed or reduced in numbers in 2013. Having said that, it also could be that in 2006 to 10, we were young people, or most of us out of colleges, where we had a lot of young theatre goers being connected, which by 2014 graduated out of colleges and went on with their lives, maybe out of Pune or maybe relocated themselves somewhere else, and that resulted into a downfall in the number of audiences. Yeah, I mean, I think every theatre company has most of the time the similar kind of challenges. It starts with penury, I think no money in it, and as the basis of any kind of art form. And I mean, it has been, the challenges have been same most of the times. Now that we are established to a certain extent, the challenges are different in terms of the baggage that we carry with ourselves regarding the expectations of the works created before or the productions done before. So that kind of baggage is always there. That is one challenge to deal with. There are many other organizational challenges, like you can say, do we have a second line of leadership within the theatre company? Do we really have new directors coming on board? Do we really have new writers within the company? New ideas being discussed? And I'm not saying that it is not being done at this moment. There are younger people who are working with us. There are a couple of directors that we look forward to. But I think that rigor of creating works with the new people is still missing, and that we need to find ways of encouraging that. Besides that, there will always be now the challenges are about censorship or moral policing towards the works that we try to create. And that is difficult because sometimes it also might lead to self-censorship without knowing or unconsciously, because then you choose subjects that might, I mean, we don't want to fall into that trap that we are into self-censoring our content, because that would kill the entire process of creating the works that we want to create. And so that is a big challenge right now. In the previous days, the challenges were more towards how to keep on going. And now also we do have the same challenges, like where do we perform, how many shows are we going to put up, how many do we would we be able to travel with the shows across Maharashtra or not? If India, is Marathi the language alone that we should be working with, or shall we also keep on doing Hindi plays, or we should not? We should take a break from Hindi plays and try to do Marathi plays so that we can create a connect again with the Marathi theatre happening, because we have not done a Marathi play since, like, you can, I mean, no, we have done two Marathi plays recently, last two years before, but the plays which have been traveling the most are not Marathi, it's Hindi. So it does lend us to think that do we really want to get back to Marathi theatre, because we won't get shows outside Maharashtra. And now it is getting very difficult to travel within Maharashtra. So none of the theatre companies or theatre festivals in Maharashtra call us to perform or can afford us. I mean, not us as in that we are very costly. It's just that it's very costly affair to travel across Maharashtra and put up the shows. See, the issue is, I mean, whenever we decide a play to be staged, the play itself tells us or lends that context of what language it has to be performed in. So there are plays which can be adapted to Marathi. there are plays which cannot be adapted to Marathi. Like I said before, Ramu's Kashmir, it didn't make sense for us to translate it in Marathi. But we have done Mahadev Bhai as a Marathi version of Ramu's original English writing. So that happens. Or even we translated Martin Prince's English play into Marathi, Attempts on Her Life, Tichi Satra Prakale, where we had four different directors working together on a single play. That was that's again, and there was a play which Ashutosh Poddar wrote, which had three different languages in it. So, like Gujarati, Marathi, Hindi. So that is the nature that the language is being demanded by the play, and I think that is the most organic way of dealing with it. मैं हूँ यूसुफ ये मेरा भाई did make sense only in Hindi to us because it talks about land of Palestine. It talks about a land about something which is nationwide, uh, which has got what we can say relevance with Kashmir, which has got relevance with all the occupied territories in India or across the world. So I think it makes sense to keep that, or we thought it makes sense to keep that in Hindi. And same with Chahita, which talks about, which is our latest play, and which talks about Abrahamical version of sacrifice, and so again it talks about three religions. It talks about it's not about very one specific location. It talks about something which is larger than one geolocation or geographical location, and it should transfer to larger audiences, and that's why it's in Hindi. We did a children's play, Badke Niche Rehne Wali, which was again in Hindi. We did Jangal Lama, which Sarang directed, which was again in Hindi. Because these are both children's plays, and we wanted to take it to larger audiences. So we wanted, why should it be limited because of a language? It should rather grow. Having said that, there is a certain importance to Marathi also, or the native language that we come from. So when we think of something like Mahesh Kunswa's work, we would not ever stage it in Hindi for ourselves. But we did Gajab Kahani again because it was in first we staged Gajab Kahani in Marathi as it's a novel of Saramago, because we thought that it could be done very well in Marathi, and also it would be really nice to see that kind of work in Marathi. Also, what Pradeep did with that Marathi translation was amazing. The way he tried to use the same kind of narration that Saramago does in his novel, and that was very effective in Marathi as well. So, but then we got a chance from Adhyam that it's a festival that happens in Bombay and Delhi. These people wanted to create a play, and we said that let's do this play which we have done in Marathi, but we'll do it in Hindi for you. So that is one of the reasons which was also demand of that moment to create that play in Hindi in a different language. But then when you say that there is Necropolis of Mahesh Kunswar, we can never dream of doing it in any other language, because that is the language that the writer has written it in, and it's also about it's very close to us. ती आमची जिव्हाळ्याची भाषा आहे, तो जिव्हाळ्याचा मुद्दा आहे त्यांचे काही बोलतात ते. तर त्यावेळेस obviously we will always go with the language that is best with the content. I don't think it's a novel idea. I mean, it's just that, see, we don't have anything in theatre. I mean, theatre as an art form. The thing is that it's very momentary. Whatever happens in front of you is past within a second. So there is no way that you want to remember a performance beyond, or I mean, frankly speaking, we cannot archive a performance in its own in such a way that it can be relived or you can re-engage with it. But the only way we can do it is that we shoot the plays in a decent quality if possible, and just to keep it there, to know what has been experimented with at least, so that people know that we have done certain things before. Uh, Having said that, this is also a functional. There is also a functional reason towards shooting a play because none of the festivals across India work on a selection process. They use a selection process wherein they call upon videos of the performances, and that's the one of the reasons why they are being shot. And when we shoot it, we make sure that then we do full justice to that with the quality of shooting. We subtitle the plays so that there is a kind of archival for us. And if anybody wants, like, there are friends who have asked for the entire set of plays. We have sent the entire set of plays to them across India, across wherever in US and all. So we have done that, and it helps to see the progress or the it helps to see the journey in those videos, that what was being done then what happened after a few years with the performances, and which play was done, how and why it would have been done that way. It does help in that sense. Now putting it on YouTube right now was a thing because we had all those people plays shot, and we would love to share it with people because we will never be able to perform the same plays again. Which and we would avoid doing the same plays again in our life. But and then this was the right way to share it, and we wanted to do it with for a certain long time. Last 2 years we've been trying to do that, but we were trying to fix some copyright issues and everything. And this lockdown was something which was the right impetus for pushing it. See, as I said, Asakta was founded by Mohit Dakalkar, Sagar Deshmukh, Varun Narvekar, Mahesh Nimay, Abhijit Deshpande, Shweta Shingote, Ameya Sani, and Mukta Gupchu. So all of these people came together and started Asakta in 2003. I wasn't there then. I was part of Asakta. I just joined Asakta at that time. And then onwards, different kinds of people have we have been working with. We have worked with. Like for example, right now Asakta has the trust body has Sarang Sathe, Varun Narvekar, Mohit Dakalkar, Sagar Deshmukh, Sachin Deshmukh, myself Ashish, and Omkar Bhawan. So all these seven people, and most of them have been we have been there together since 2006, very closely, working very closely together. Like Omkar, Sarang, Radhika, Nachiket Purnapatre, all these people were very integral part of all the plays that were created between 2006 to 2010. Even Varun Narvekar, when Varun went more into writing and direction, he was less into acting. But all these people were very integral part of the plays then created. Uh, Sagar was also a writer. He is also a writer. He is also associated as an actor. Besides that, there are more people now who look into the daily work or functioning of us. Sachin Deshmukh was always there, who looked after the properties before now, sets and props before now. There is a team like Rishikesh Pujari is there. There is a new director who coming up. We are trying to work together with Suyog Deshpande and Jayesh Neogi, pushing them to create new works. Then there is Vibhav Take, there is Alap, there is the new people who are doing the daily work for us, or you can say the functioning of us that depends on them largely. Uh, while having said that, Mohit especially has always tried to work with new people or new actors or new artists in every production. Like for example, we had never worked with Geetanjali Kulkarni before. Geetanjali joined in Vajab Kahani with us. Then we had not worked with Anita Date before. Anita started working with us in with the play in 2010, and so different kinds of people have joined in a different point of time in Asakta, and they are associated in certain ways even today. Not if not, I mean, not everybody is there all the time because it's not something which anybody can afford to be there entirely, because they have to earn livelihood also, and they also different aspirations are there. Like someone wants to be a movie actor, someone wants to be a writer, a film writer, or something like that. And these don't create any conflict anyway. It's just that they have grown up and went ahead with what they wanted to do. So I think all these names or all the people, I think the only thing we can have towards them is gratitude, that they have contributed immensely to what Asakta is today, and that's very important to us.